Welcome back to Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. Roger Hoover now pleased to be joined at the LLH Healthcare Advantage Center by Deontae Lawson, Crimson Tide returning captain and linebacker for the season. And Deontae, roll Tide. How's it feel to be gearing up for this next year with the Alabama Crimson Tide?
Yes, sir. Man, it feels great. Truly blessed and honored, to be going another year. Super excited. The guys been working hard and we're ready to go.
We're talking just a week after you were in Atlanta for SEC Football Media Days, getting to represent the Crimson Tide. How much fun was that experience? Was it also kind of stressful, bouncing around interview to interview?
I wouldn't say stressful. It was something new for me. It was a lot of interviews, but something I didn't take lightly, of course. Try to represent the Tide and, my name and my family as much as I can. And, it was definitely a great experience. Thought I was going to have the chance to go last year, but, everything happened for a reason. So just excited I got to go.
Yeah, you got to go this year along with Tim Keenan III as well as Caden Proctor. Who do you think was best dressed among you three?
Best dressed, I would say TK. I'll give it to TK. He was spiffy. That's what I call it. He had a nice little green suit. I feel like I came in second, though.
He takes a lot of pride in that, doesn't he?
Yeah. No doubt. He's one of a kind for sure.
Yeah, it really is one of those chances to kind of suit up and things like that. We also see that sometimes with the Walk of Champions. Do you put much thought into that, or are you just ready to play the game? You don't really care what you're wearing?
I definitely think about what I'm wearing. I think now more than ever, just to feel good when you get off that bus and look good, play good, all that. I feel like earlier in my career I really didn't care as much, but now just. I don't know. It's just something about it. When you feel good, you look good, you play good.
Sticking with the Walk of Champions for a moment, you mentioned even earlier in your career, do you think now that you've been through everything you've been through in your career, you are older on this team, and you know that these Saturdays are starting to run out for you, do you make that walk a little bit slower maybe than you did, or is the adrenaline still pumped pretty hard?
Yeah, the adrenaline is definitely still pumping, but, I know I'll look around and just try to take everything in this year. Every game, every home game we get, just take it all in. Like you said, it's running out of Saturdays in Bryant-Denny. So yeah, just try to take it all in. And obviously the adrenaline is definitely still there. So I'm excited.
Got a lot of good Saturdays ahead. The last time you sat at this table was back in January. We talked all about your decision to return to Alabama, the adversity you faced getting injured in the Oklahoma game. And first of all, just got to ask about your health. How's everything progressed since we last talked to you in January?
Yeah, man, it's been a long journey. Definitely on the back end of my recovery stage, and I'm just super grateful, man. Just battling what I battled through this year or this past year is just, very eye-opening. Learned a lot about myself, and I feel like I was able to, persevere through a lot of things, and it'll definitely play a huge factor in the long run.
What did a typical day rehabbing from this injury look like for you?
Man, it'll be we'll start probably 8 a.m. We'll do all the things that I need to do, and we'll probably end around. At the early stage of my recovery, it was probably about 8 to 1 or 2. But now it's more of just maintenance, still working on my strength and, just getting all my range of motion back. But, it's definitely been a everyday process, and, it was definitely a roller coaster, to be honest. But, I was able to just keep going. Jeremy Giselle, he was by my side the whole time. We was just going at it, doing what we got to do every day. And, now that I look back, it's just amazing just to see, because in that time you really don't see results like you want to, but you're working hard. But it just takes time, and, I don't know, man. I'm just super grateful, just super excited, and, just ready to go.
Especially a physical toll, of course, that takes a lot of strides you got to make to get healthy back on the field. But how about the mental grind with all that, especially when your teammates are part of spring practice, getting to the A-Day game and things like that?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing, because even if you're able to do something, if you're still in your head or in your mind thinking about it, you're not going to be able to do it like you want. And yeah, that just takes time. It just takes reps. It just takes getting comfortable with it, And, I'm sure when we put the pads on, it'll be another little phase I have to go through. But, I know God got me, and, I'm just keep pushing and just keep fighting every day.
How excited are you for this season, and especially what this defense can do with so many starters coming back?
Man, I'm super excited just to know how much work we have put in since January 14th. And, we held a standard that, we had to be consistent with throughout the whole offseason. And, Coach Ballou really emphasized that on January 14th. And the question was, can we sustain that intensity throughout the offseason? And I feel like, we definitely sustained it, and we're definitely still pushing to get where we want to be. And, man, I'm super excited, especially the defense coming back. You got a lot of guys coming back, a lot of older guys, and man, I don't know. We just got depth, and I'm just ready to see what the future has in store for us.
Yeah, a lot of veteran leaders like you, but also some talented newcomers. How have you seen them kind of adapt and to the culture and what it takes to get on the field for Alabama?
Yeah. I think that's huge. I think they adapted to the culture really well. Them guys, well, a specific guy I'll say is just Cam Calhoun. Just his work ethic, how he come in every day. It's like he's been here. To be honest, I mean, he just coming to work every day, and these young guys, they starving, and whether that's playing for a starting role or special teams, it doesn't matter. They just want to contribute to the team, and that's what you need to be a championship team. And I feel like we have that.
You're asked to do a lot of things in your role as linebacker. How much do you enjoy when you have the opportunities to rush the quarterback and affect the passing game that way?
Yeah, man, I love rushing the passer. I've been rushing in the interior, like an interior pass rusher mostly, but I kind of want to work on the edge a little bit. That's something I want to put in my game. I know it'll come later on down the road, but yeah, it's nothing like getting a sack or just affecting the quarterback and make him throw an interception or anything like that. So yeah, I'm definitely jacked to just try to get on the edge. I just want to talk to Coach Wood to try to get me on the edge one or two times and let me see what I can do.
Yeah, that's always a lot of fun. And we know things have changed. Different coaching staffs, not necessarily the same cheetah package that we had years ago, and won't ask you for any specifics, obviously. But that kind of mindset, is that still there with this team?
Yeah, no doubt. I feel like we have different guys that can rush the passer, and that's from interior D-line to middle linebackers, and not even including our edge rushers. So we have a ton of guys that's ready to rush the passer. I feel like we still have things that we want to install and put in to, get everyone the production that they need or that they want. And I'm just excited. I feel like Coach Will has a great scheme, and he just get his players in position to make plays, and that all comes down to us. How focused can we be? And, how well can we handle one of his schemes so that he can add more, things like that.
What kind of difference does it make being year two of this coaching staff, not having to install as much or kind of explain things and new terminology, just their way of doing things a year ago versus now? Everything's pretty familiar to the way it was last year.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Anytime you're running a new system, you're going to have your bumps and bruises throughout the season, and it just takes – we just needed reps, to be honest. We just needed reps. And, now I feel like, most guys understand scheme or understand what we're trying to do. Now we're trying to, dive into that offensive recognition and, know what they are doing pre or post snap. And so we can have that anticipation. I feel like that's the biggest thing with Coach Wool's defense. He wants you to play with anticipation, but to play with anticipation, you got to, know what you're looking at or know what you're looking for, things like that. So I feel like that's something that we've been working on recently, just studying offensive recognition and just, trying to learn what they do so you can just play a little step faster.
How much has this team come together over the summer? Any fun away from the facility activities you guys have done? I know there was kickball last year, different going out to eat, different things like that. But what about this past summer?
Yeah, I feel like we've been bowling a lot this year.
Okay.
That's especially with the official visits and everything like that. Everyone to just pull up to the bowling alley and we'll compete in that, of course. But yeah, the guys are definitely coming together. I mean, we're together, and I think that's even when we outside and it's feel like 100 degrees out there, and Coach Ballou is giving it to us. I feel like we still stick together, and that, man, that goes deep, because when you in the fourth quarter and game on the line, you got to be able to trust your brother beside you, but you can't trust your brother if you ain't putting the work in with him. And we've been putting that work in with each other, and I feel like we trust each other, and that connection is definitely there, no doubt.
Especially as an older player, do you like being part of the recruiting process?
I feel like it depends, because I don't know. I wouldn't really host a guy or anything like that, but like I feel like just sharing my experience of being recruited here, and like how much I've developed over the years, and just things like that, like just seeing ton of players either leave out or go to the draft, or just seeing different sides of everything, just try to share my experience from time to time, but I don't really get too much involved.
We're, of course, talking inside Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A lot of times, that's where the season begins. This year, you get to start on the road at Florida State. Does that kind of give everybody around the program an extra sense of buzz, knowing you've got to go on the road to begin the season against a premier opponent?
Man, yeah, we're definitely pumped about that. We love an away game. Me personally, especially, just to go in the stadium, all the fans against you, and ready to hear whatever they got to play or whatever they do, and just try to clear them out. That's what I'll say. That's our goal, to clear them out.
It's not a long drive from Mobile, Alabama to Tallahassee, Florida. So I imagine a lot of Deontae Lawson number 0 jerseys will be in the stands, right?
Hey, I hope. That'll be good.
Well, we certainly look forward to that. Deontae, thank you for the time you've given us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Best of luck as the season begins. Thank you for joining us. Roll Tide.
Sir, Roll Tide. Thank you.
Man, thank you.
Thank you.